Alright there folks, welcome to another fishing adventures, and we're back in the tackle room, and today we're talking about pole floats. Now then, I get tons and tons of questions about pole floats, and as I've said before, you walk into any tackle shop and there's literally thousands of options out there. Every single tackle manufacturer will bring out new patterns every year that are basically the same as last year's, but they want you to spend money, so they make money. Which kind of makes sense in a way. If you're a business, you want people to make money. But 95% of them in shops are going to be mass produced in a factory, probably in China, and the quality isn't always what we would expect if we're paying £2 odd for a pole float. So this got me thinking. I did a quick search online and I really wanted to try some handmade floats because I thought the quality is going to be a lot better. They're going to be tailor-made. They're going to be by anglers for anglers. So they're going to be of a decent shape and style and all sorts of stuff like that. So I went online and had a bit of a look. And I found a couple of companies. So I ordered some floats. The first lot arrived and I lobbed them straight in the bin. I didn't even bother putting them in a shotting tube or anything like that. The paint was bumpy, the varnish wasn't done very well, it was still a bit gritty and lumpy. The stems were all varying different lengths, even by a couple of mil, and it just knocked me off. I'm thinking, I've just paid whatever it was for each of these floats. They went in the bin, so I sent him an email. I said, don't ever darken my door again, you complete cack. Don't even bother trying to sell these to fishermen, they're just not going to buy them. So that was the end of that one. But a couple of days later, another bunch of floats arrived. And the quality blew me away, to be perfectly honest. And these were by Jazz Floats. Now, you've heard me talk about these for probably the last, what, 5 months maybe? Something like that. I've really started using these, and I have mentioned them in past videos, and I use them for a lot of my match fishing and all my pleasure fishing now. They're the only float that I really use. And you'll have seen these before, these particular ones, okay, and these are the CST. They're a carbon solid tip, and I got these primarily because I use a lot of the Chianti floats by Preston. Okay, the Preston Chiantis, I've used them for years and years and years. They were always a go-to float, but they're getting a bit tired, they're getting a bit worn. The new ones, as I say, they just don't look as good quality. So I took a hit on these and I ordered some, and I've been trying them and I cannot fault them. Okay, they do exactly what they're designed to do. They just, I can't emphasize just how good they are. I mean, the quality of the stem, the paintwork, the bristle diameters, everything is absolutely spot on as it should be. So I ordered a few more and they came and I was even more chuffed with them. And I've gone a bit crazy because I got in touch with them and I said, right, this is what I'm planning for this year. What sort of floats have you got that'll give me that edge, that advantage? And I've got a load here. And I'm mega excited, but rather than me just waffling and being a bit of a numpty about it, because I'm like a kid in a sweet shop, let's jump on the website and I'll show you exactly what their range is and what they can do for you, and you're going to be blown away by the price as well. Because have a quick think now in your mind, what would you be willing to pay for a high quality handmade pole float? Get that figure in your head. Okie dokie then, so first things first, what we're going to do is we're going to type in www.jazzfloats.com. Mega simple, and this is going to bring up their homepage, which in this instance is the shop page, okay? And we can start to see the full range of floats there. Starting right at the very top there, we've got the chimp. Now I have used a chimp version float before and they've been absolutely fantastic, so I'm definitely going to be trying those. Then we've got the carbon solid tip, which is the ones I've just shown you, and the glass fibre solid tip. Now I do use them a lot because they're just very stable, almost like using a wire, but if you need to spread that shot out, you can actually use it as if it would be a carbon. You just get the best of both worlds. It's absolutely mint. But let's just carry on, because we go down and we're getting into the proper good floats now. We've got the jiggers. I've never fished a jigger, but I've got some now because I need to really master that and smash up some venues. Then we get on to the can do. Now these, there's 2 or 3 versions. They've got 2 here, and they also do a carb and stem version. Now I've got at the moment the can do medium tip 2mm. Okay, and the reason that I've ordered these, and I've got these in side eye, is because they are an absolutely perfect all-round float. You can use it for pretty much every situation, whether it be fishing maggots, fishing a hard pellet on the deck, or an expander. It just gives you plenty of options, and it means that you don't have to necessarily tie up 100 rigs when you could maybe have 30, 35 with this range, and it will cover everything you need. A massive variety of weights, but this one's just come up with 0.3 and 0.4 because stock must be running a bit low. But you've got obviously your tip choice there, orange, yellow, black, green and red. And as I said before, you get a choice of eye, so you can have a spring eye or a side eye depending on what your preference is. And it just goes on to explain that it's a 2mm high-vis top, and basically it is a perfect all-round float. And that is the good thing about this site. It'll tell you why they do the floats. They don't just make it for any old reason. They make it because it does a job. Okay, there's the can do carbos there. I'm definitely going to be giving them a try, but one I wanted to highlight are these little bad boys called the Ghost floats. Now I have ordered some of these and I've got them ready to tie up. Just wait for my internet to kick in, come on. And these I think are going to be absolutely perfect when you're mugging fish, because we all know how wary they can be, especially in that very, very top few inches of water and they're just cruising in the sun. If you stick anything big or like obtrusive in their way, they're going to spook away from it. But these are diddy. I've got a couple in my box that I'll show you in a minute, but they're absolutely spot on, and they're about 3/4 of an inch in length, and you can just pop them on. Obviously choose your bristle colour, just stick them on, and you can either use a couple of little number 8 shot either side, or what I think I'm going to do is just use some float stops and use a big 6 or 8mm pellet and just drop it in, because it's going to go with such a soft impact on the surface. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. But yeah, there we go, measuring in at only 30mm in length, super lightweight, and you just need 0.3 gram of shot. But again, what I'm thinking is I might not shot it at all, and just flick it in, because it'll be such a minimal amount of disturbance on the water that it's bound to not spook the fish. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, definitely going to give them a go. Then we've got the slim Chianti style floats. I use them an awful lot, I cannot rate them enough. And then we just move on down, and we've got some more chimp floats here. We've got the chimp thick tip, the chimp standard, which is a smaller tip. Let's just see what size they are, because these are a cracking little float as well by the look of it. As I say, I've not actually got any of these, but I will be trying them. But yeah, there we go, look, the full range there, look, 0.1 up to 0.5 grams, so that covers every single situation, and a full range of tip colours there as well. Okay, so they may be worth a look, especially if you want to just fish a hard pellet and you want a little bit of extra stability, maybe a little bit of extra shot on there. Now then, the other one that I have got are these Margin Ninjas, and they are absolutely bomb proof. I let my how old's Harry now? 3, he's nearly 4, and I let him have a bit of a play around with one of them, and it came back absolutely unscathed. So if that doesn't tell you something about the quality, then nothing will. So I've got the Margin floats there, and I've also got the diamond floats, and I use them in the margins as well, especially if it's quite shallow and there's a lot of disturbance. If there's a lot of fish there, your float's going to get battered around to bits. So I've got them to try as well. The rugby balls, I don't necessarily like a rugby ball shaped float for some reason. I don't know, it kind of just puts me off. But again, you've got the option. Paste floats, we'll gloss over that because I can't fish paste to save my life. And these I've got the Mojo Skittles. Now these I've got for fishing the far bank, the mud line. They're massively visible, and they are again just a nice tiny little float, so it's not going to spook anything. And I honestly cannot wait to get onto a snake lake and start using these. And again, you've got options there from 0.3 up to 0.6 gram. And your tip colours again, red, yellow, orange and black. So depending on where you're going to be fishing, you've got a float to pretty much cover every eventuality. And that is the full range of floats there. And if you've noticed, the prices, look, starting down there at the Mojo Skittles, £1.60 for a handmade float. And we go all the way up, 160, 160, 160. They're all £1.60 each. And that is just mind-blowing. Do you know what I mean? And it's not like it's just some guy sat in his shed making them. If we look about Joss Floats, it gives you a little bit of history and why he set the company up. And having speaking with him, he's such an absolute sound bloke, and he'll do something for you if you need it doing. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, what I want to do is just show you the ghost floats, because I am so excited to use these. I mean, look at that. That is just... how diddy is that? It's almost like a big pellet, so it's not going to disturb the water as it's been flicked to that cruising fish, okay? And that is just mint, and that is on a little swivel. So that is fully rotationable there, look. It just spins on that little swivel that's in the base of the float, so you're not going to get any line twist or anything like that. Honestly, I cannot wait to use those. But yeah, as I've said, we've got all the others there that I've highlighted. I cannot wait to get those tied up. What I'm going to be doing is getting them tied up over the next few days, because I am going to start hitting the Redwood Park complex up there just to get some match practice in, because that's where my first opens are going to be. So if you want any videos on shotting patterns for these floats, or how I go about setting them up, just send me a message or leave a comment below and I'll get those done for you. I will be covering the shotting patterns for these floats when I'm actually on the bank during the sessions, so I will cover it then. But if you can't wait that long, just drop me a message and I'll get something sorted out for here. So yeah, that's basically it. Short and sweet, but just go and check them out. You will not be disappointed, I guarantee it. But don't buy them all, because I do need to place another order. So tight lines, stay safe, and I'll catch you all later. Cheers.